Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy, and we are out today out in Milton running through a property for one of our longtime clients who is actually buying this property. And so we happen to be here when the home inspector's here. So we'll run through some of the things, and it's so hard because these owners have obviously really tried to stay up on top of their maintenance and painting and caulking and all those things. It's a beautiful house. So when I come through and find these things, don't feel like I'm pulling the house apart or picking on the house. I'm not. They're just little maintenance issues that either the painter didn't caulk or back prime or seal the gutters, things like this. Repairs that were let go that now have kind of added to the outside. So we'll go through, and that's really all this is. And so it's hard to see in the video. We're going to race along because the weather's coming in us. But right here, the fascia board is rotted right here in this corner. The last time I was out here was last weekend. It was pouring down rain, and pretty much all these gutters are clogged and leaking, and they're leaking at the corners. And while people have repaired the wood before, they didn't bother to seal the gutter corners. And so it'll come up all the time. There's nothing wrong with the gutters, except that they're hung with hidden hanger screws, or rather they don't have hidden hanger screws. They've got spikes. So we need to add some hidden hanger screws. It's 100% humidity out here right now. So if I sound like I'm struggling, I am. So this fascia board has been repaired once already, and it's rotted out again because this corner that you see that line in the gutter at the bottom right here, right there, that's the seam when they made the corner. They put 2 screws in the bottom to hold it. They sealed it with some par bond, and that's only gonna hold up for about a year. The elastomeric that we use is good for 5 years. So every 5 years, you're gonna come out and redo it. Any wood that we repair, we're back priming, sealing all 6 faces so it'll never rot again, and it comes with a lifetime of ownership warranty. The freeze board down here on the bottom, along the line here, you can see right in here where the caulk failed. Again, because they only painted what you see, it rotted out. So we would suggest to go ahead and replace this whole piece instead of piecing it in, and replace it with pressure treated. And once that's painted up, it'll never rot again. A few areas in the house around, you'll see these butt joints are popped open. They just missed the stud when they nailed into it. So we got a little trick to fix that. It's mostly here on the front and on the right sides of the house. This corner right here is starting to rot out again. At the left side garage, same thing. It's from the gutters leaking. This cap was repaired before down here. It's really split and starting to rot again, so we need to just replace that again behind this gutter. The garage doors are great. This comes up all the time too. They don't back prime and seal the trim. This is wood or OSB out here. And you see that wrinkling in that bottom piece, it lets you know that it's rotted clear through. So we can actually, instead of replacing the door, just replace that upright, the angled, and the upright over here. Back prime and seal it and paint it, and you're good to go. These little caps right here, the molding on top of the garage doors here, the crown, you can see it all the way through here. When you come back, I'll show it from the step over there. It's actually tilted towards the house. And so when someone made this repair right here, they pieced it in, but because it's tilted back, it's starting to rot out again. So really we need to replace this whole piece and tilt it towards the driveway and away from the house. The other one is kind of the same way. You can kind of see it right here. See how the board is tilted towards the house? It really needs to be rehung and tilted towards the driveway. You got a little rotted frame right here on the right side of the larger garage door. The center cap right here at the base is rotted. And then I think this side right here, same thing. And all this stuff is because they didn't prime and seal the bottom edge of that frame. Stitching time saves 9. So here's a good example of what happens in Atlanta and probably everywhere. So this frame over here was repaired once before. And you see the horizontal cut. Again, they only primed and painted what you saw, which is 20% of it. And then it rotted out again. So we'll repair that side with a weather cut. So it's angle cut, any moisture gets in there, it's gonna shed out towards the front and not rot out the wood. Because this one was done wrong, we'll go ahead and do that one for free. It hasn't rotted out yet. But what you'll see on a lot of houses all over Atlanta, and this is a beautiful, expensive home, but if you see the flashing right here, it's cut about 1/4 of an inch short of the edge of the brick mold, where it should be out 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches. It's too expensive to come around and replace all this flashing, so we'll actually go around the whole house and seal up those edges with clear elastomeric and keep the water from getting in, because that's what's going on over here. The water gets in up there, comes down through right through here, gets trapped, and rots the wood. That's it. We're going to bypass this corner where these guys are right now, There's an inside corner piece right there that's rotted through that we'll have to come back and fix. As we go through the house, corrugated pipe should never be underground like this. So we'll flush them and see if we keep them clear. This homeowner's probably going to be here for a while, so they probably want to go ahead and go the expense and replace all of this stuff with 4-inch PVC with clean out so it'll never rot. There's an inside corner over here on the fireplace that was just cut wrong and is starting to rot again right in there. Again, horizontal cut, huge gap at the bottom, caulks failed all around it, and then actually as you come up a little bit, it started to rot right here. So we would recut from here down with a new inside corner piece. Again, it's a beautiful home, so please don't feel like if you're the owner watching this that Handy Andy's the bad guy picking on your house. This is a beautifully maintained home. It's just really hard to get home technicians who will do the little things. Everybody will come out here, and a great example of this, they redid this deck, and the deck is beautiful, but there's a few little things on it that weren't right from the get-go, and then they rebuilt the deck, and that contractor, I'm sure charged them a ton of money for this, missed a few things too. So it is what it is. It's really hard in Atlanta. You got a fancy $200,000 kitchen you want to do, you can get good guys to do that. If you got an $80,000 bathroom or something, good guys for that. This stuff, not so much, because a lot of times the carpenters on the exteriors of these houses are painters, and they might be great painters, they're not great carpenters. This corner board right here is rotted on this side, and it's really because you can't really see too well, but you see that black line right there? That line is caulk that failed, so the water's starting to get in there, and again, because it's not back primed and sealed, it rotted out. This is my other problem with corrugated lines is, how's this gonna drain? And so when you go up this corner, this gutter is leaking, which it was last weekend when I was here. Fortunately, it hasn't really caused them any issues in this area, and everything here is pretty good. When we come over the deck, this corner post right here has spun a little bit and really needs to be popped and rebolted in here. At the back of these stairs right here, there should be a brace and post assembly similar to what the builder did here. There's not adequate support on those stairs. And we're not worried about one person, but you get 300 pounders coming down there at the same time, and it's gonna collapse. And you do hear about that in Atlanta. So it's really just a safety standpoint. Again, you'll see the corrugated pipes here. This is the original deck. And so at some point, somebody came in on inspection repairs and stagger bolted this to the sill plate. Well, what they didn't do is they didn't add joist hangers. So this is all nailed. So we need to add some screws to the ledger board, which is right underneath the joist here, and inside corner screwed joist hangers just to help with the weight of this thing. And again, with 3 or 4 people on it, it's not going anywhere. You get 30 people that suddenly want to go see some naked guy in the pool, and they all run to the outside edge of this deck, it could fall or it could pull from the house. So that's what we're looking at. You get a closer up here of what we're talking about. So we would build a 4x4 pressure treated brace and post assembly right here to support these stairs. You know, better safe than sorry. There's quite a few little places around that'll come up on the inspection report where they've got this outside lighting. It's not in a junction box. It's taped off. That all needs to be in a closed weather box. They did have joist hangers here, and I believe this was added by the people that extended the deck and extended it over that way. But again, it's hard to get it on the video, but they're nailed. There's not a screw in there. Wherever we have a doubled up support, or tripled up as in this case here, doubled up here on the rim board, see the gap? It started to move because it's not bolted in series. So it really needs some bolts and screws in the midsections of all these. And the same with this support right here, this one. I pick on my own guys for this all the time. My guys get fired for this. It's dumb, but have enough pride in your work to take the stickers off your materials. I've never got that. In here where they cantilever this over, even though it's supported, we still want to add screws to all these 2x10s and 2x8s in here. You can see over here, the new deck guy, when he expanded the deck, added all these joist hangers, but they're all nailed because no one wanted to screw it in. They know it, they just didn't want to do it. You can kind of see the gap right here. Again, it's all stuff. This post right here on the deck needs to be replaced. It's so warped. And part of it is the reflection of water off the pool, the sun, the weather. This is not from a weight issue, but now it's compromised and it needs to be replaced. We're not gonna do anything about it now, but whoever did the stairs right here when it rained last time, they should be pitched a little bit out towards me, and instead they're almost perfectly horizontal. They're almost perfectly level, so they can't drain. And some silly stuff, they redid this, they left the original stringers, and you see where one was split and they just filled it with glue. You know, it's not really what you want to see on a $60,000 deck, but this is what happens. Up on top up here, this house has what we call Nichihana siding. It's not hardy plank, and there's nothing wrong with it per se. The only issues we ever have with it, so you can see like all through here, the siding's great, the bottom edges are tight. When you come around here, is the only issue you'll ever see with Nichihana. Chimneys, dormers, bump outs, anywhere exposed to a lot of water like here, you see the water has been sitting up against this piece. See the delamination at the bottom? That's not paint, the siding's crumbling. So you need to replace that piece and come down this edge right here with hardy plank, which has a similar grain but not the same. And then we'll add a pressure treated ledger plate or flashing plate in here that can then be stained to match this. And that'll keep the water from getting in here. Any flashing is gonna fail. Over here is the original flashing. They've got it covered, so I'm not real worried about it, but it's galvanized. So it's as old as this house, which is probably 30 years old now, something like that, 25, 30. And so when this guy added over here, he also installed galvanized flashing. And that stuff has a life of about 25, 30 years. So you don't really want to, it's too expensive to rip it out and reflash everything. The flashing plate is in lieu of that. And what it'll do is it'll shed the water out so that the water can drain to the next deck board and prevent it from even getting anywhere near the rim board and the sill plate. So that way you can avoid any rot. Again, I apologize being a little out of breath. This humidity is just killing me. You can hear the thunder. So I'm kind of going as fast as I can go. We love doing this stuff. My brother and I have been at this for a long time. Pushing 35 years in Atlanta now. Long time. It's gonna be hard to see it in the video right now, but this corner fascia board's rotted. With this light on it, it's gonna be hard to see it. You'll see a line. That triangle up there, there's another one on the other side. Those are dog ears, we call them, and those are both rotted, need to be replaced. They were pieced in, so a lot of times when builders build, their crew will be out here using scrap wood to make those things. We go get 1x12s and make it out of one piece. Sometimes pressure treat if we have any season in the warehouse. But it's back primed and sealed, so it won't rot again. The pools are something that we don't expect. We can, do some light electrical, light plumbing with those things, but we're not pool guys. Right in this area right here, right above, right in that joint right there. If we go up this hill, you'll see it's rotted out. Whenever you see that wrinkling, it's rotted. So we'll replace from there towards the front corner with new wood. The guys will flush all these corrugated pipes. They do have a lot of catch basin drains around here. Some of these are clogged through, like this one right here is clogged wide open, and this is on the front of the house. This one here, I'm not sure which is which. One of these may be the foundation drain. I'm not really sure. We'll have to flush them and see. This one probably goes right down to the drain down there, but we'll pull them off and flush them through. And those that are fully clogged, we need to replace with PVC. In here at the basement workshop room, the left and right frames are rotted. Someone's caulked them over, but they need to be cut out and repaired with wood. We pretty much do everything. Just be patient with us. Sometimes our schedule, we were scheduled to do something today and the customer was angry because we had to reschedule. The weather here in Atlanta has been really bad this week. And the crew that was supposed to go to that job hadn't finished what they were on. So we couldn't pull them for that, but hopefully I don't get hit by lightning before I get to the truck here. We run a decent crew. We pretty much do everything. I'm Andy with Handy Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.